Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another very exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tortiment. It's very exciting because today it is my battle in the Little Cup Tournament, and I am taking on Codman36 today as he and I are fighting it out for one of the last remaining slots in the Elite 8. There's only a couple of them, guys. We're getting very, very close to the end of the Sweet 16. We've got 3 more battles, I believe. And then this thing is going to be wrapped up. So, well, I guess 3 more matches after this one, technically speaking. But still, getting very, very close. I guess peeking over the halfway mark here. So, hey, that'll work. But yeah, so we've got Tortimer the Grey up against Codman36, fighting it out for the right to battle Nougat. In the Elite 8. So Nougat's a tough competitor, so this is as tough as today will be. It's only going to get harder going on, so we will see who has the honor of taking on Nougat in the Elite 8 after these messages. Alrighty guys, battle number 1 between myself and Codman36. I'm using my Road to Rank team and leading off with Boots as I generally do, getting the flinch on Big Fan the first move, and throwing off that knockoff, getting rid of the leftovers, but unfortunately Boots is going to take a hard Earthquake and then an Ice Charge, so Boots not able to finish off the Phanpy. Probably a mistake to not just go for the Fury Swipes there, especially considering that Phanpy was running the leftovers as opposed to a Berry Juice. But Hal comes in, finishes off the Phanpy, gonna stay in on the Riolu, throw up those rocks, taking some hard Blaze Kicks and some burn there as well. Throwing up the Calm Mind, but going down to the burn that same turn, at which point Fumzy is gonna switch in, forcing the switch out of the Riolu. Yellow Snow, which all I did was comment gross. Yellow Snow is gonna take the burn and the flamethrower there, doing some really good damage. Gets the rapid spin off though, and is gonna finish out getting rid of our Stealth Rocks. So a good play there for Codeman. Getting those hazards off the field is always very important. Chocoben's gonna start throwing up that Power Up Punch. I'm trying to hit with the Will-O-Wisp from Fumzy, but it's not landing as I would like, and misses not once but twice there, as Chocobun just continues to build up the power with their Power Up Punch. So I say, well, forget it, let's just get the Clear Smog going, and that'll do just about as much as I would like it to for the moment anyway, which works out, and then we are able to land the Will-O-Wisp, so that works out pretty well. We're able to get rid of those stat up changes. Chocobun is then going to Baton Pass into the Riolu. I throw up the Clear Smog there, kind of expecting them to continue to pile on those statuses, and I'm just like, nah, let's not. And we're able to also land the Will-O-Wisp on Striker as well. So Fumzy doing good work, neutralizing a couple of good physical attackers on the team. So Fumzy doing his job as he does very well. Flamethrower comes up, going to finish off the Riolu, at which point Nightlight is going to switch in. Nightlight is usually a special attacker, so I switch in my own special defensive wall. And Dory is going to be able to take that Scald pretty well, and throw up the Hidden Power there, which is going to do a little bit of damage, and force out the Chinchou, at which point they bring in their Shroomish. I bring in Kensei, my Pawniard, and Pawniard's going to get a knockoff off, get rid of the Eviolite, but get put to sleep, so Codeman does a really good job of dealing with Pawniard there, getting the Spore up, and then throwing up the Synthesis, and then the Sword Dances, which is going to put it in a very good place there. Unfortunately, Kensei is just too fast, and despite all of its boosts, not going to be able to do anything with that power. Kensei is going to take a hard Signal Beam from Nightlight, but again, just outspeeding enough to be able to finish off. Chocobun comes in with the Fake Out, do a little bit of damage, and gets the flinch off on Kensei, at which point it's going to heal up using its Berry Juice, letting it stay in for a little longer and Power Up Punch Kensei into Oblivion. So despite the burn, still more than enough power with a 4 times effective move to finish off Kensei, at which point Fumzy comes back in because Fumzy's got this Bunnelby's number, not Bunnelby, but Erie's number, and is going to finish off Codeman's team for us. So, there was times in that battle I was worried it was going to tip the other way, but able to pull out batter number 1 this time, and that brings us into battle number 2. We will see how things go from there. Here we go, guys. Alrighty guys, battle number 2. Boots leads off against the Baneri, so Codeman decides to lead off Baneri as opposed to Phanpy in this one. Gonna survive the Fake Out, heal up with Berry Juice, and I'm gonna come in correctly with Fury Swipes this time finishing off the Baniri. So Boots doing good work there, only taking damage from its own Life Orb. Gonna throw up the knockoff on the yellow snow there, and unfortunately go down to an avalanche, but Boots was more effective this battle than it was last time, so I can't fault it. At which point Kensei is going to come in with the Brick Break, breaking that balloon, then going to switch on out into Hail, who I figure can probably take a most special stuff pretty well. Unfortunately, Hail's going to get paralyzed there and take a Scald. Setting up the Calm Mind though, hoping that he can take a little more specially defensive stuff if needed, and going to be paralyzed here. Thankfully though, Codman misplays there and throws up the Earthquake, forgetting about the Levitate and or just misclicking. And then when the Riolu comes in, going to be able to fight through that paralysis and get the Psychic up to finish out Riolu nice and quick. At which point we get the rocks back up as the Shroomish starts throwing up the Seed Bomb. The paralysis is going to keep us from doing a whole lot else than that though, as Shroomish finishes off with the Seed Bomb there. At which point Fumzy comes in and is going to throw up the Will-O-Wisp just for some progressive damage, although this is a physically attacking Shroomish with the Seed Bomb and everything like that, so also helping with that. Fumzy is fast asleep thanks to Spore though. The yellow snow is going to start recovering and things like that, and I'm just kind of desperately hoping that Fumzy is going to wake up as he takes an avalanche pretty well, and then is going to be able to come in and throw up that flamethrower there and get the burn at the same time, so we didn't need to fart with the Will-O-Wisp this time, as yellow snow is going to take the 2 burns and the flamethrower in the face and go down. Nightlight then comes in, which is going to force out Fumzy. Dory is then going to come in at that point, and the Scald is going to do good work for us if we had any health gone. But fortunately, for Codman, we get a crit there with the Hidden Power Grass, finishing off their own Chinchou. And Dory's able to throw up a Scald on the Big Fan before going down in one hit to the Big Fan's Earthquake, leading Kensei to come in up against the Shroomish, and Shroomish is going to get a knockoff, going to lose its EV light there, so get a little bit of bulk out of the way, and then the Choice Scarf on Kensei is going to allow it to quickly in succession hit again, and finish off the Fanfy as well. So in 2 battles, I am able to defeat Codman despite it being a very close, good battle, and move into the Elite 8. So I will move into the Elite 8 here and take on Nougat in that round once it opens up, which will be very nerve-wracking for me because there are a lot of really good battlers in my community, and going up against you guys a lot in the Gray version has certainly told me that. And so I honestly don't know what to expect from the next round. I didn't know what to expect from this. Honestly, there's so many matchups in this tournament that I haven't really known what to expect at all. And I didn't know if I could take down Codman in the slightest. Usually when we would battle in the Gray version, Codman was humoring me and would do the 1 or 2 Pokemon teams in order to give that variety and or to just save him some time, whichever his reasoning was. But I didn't really have a good baseline for battling Codman, so I was not sure what to expect there, and he fought valiantly. And I know Nougat is a tough competitor, so I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. I used my Road Rank team this week, but I wouldn't expect to find it in the next round necessarily, so may have something new for you guys to see. But I figured in the first round, we just kind of test the waters, and I'm pretty happy with how this team is done. But you guys have seen a lot of this team, so I may give you guys something you guys haven't seen for the next couple of rounds, just to keep you on your toes. Because my strategies have been out there wide and far and wide, so it might be good for me to get a little something fresh out there so I'm not quite so predictable. Anyway, guys, so yeah, we now have me versus Nougat in the Elite 8, and the rest of those of you who have made it into the Elite 8 will be getting your challengers very soon. We've got a couple more battles, 3 more episodes in the Elite 8, and then we'll move on into that round, or 3 more episodes in the Sweet 16, which will lead us into the Elite 8. So keep your eye out for that, guys. Thanks to everybody who participated, especially Codman. Thank you so much for battling me and for participating in the tournament. I look forward to seeing what you can accomplish in the consolation brackets. Maybe we'll see you back in the championship round for the title belt. But thank everybody else as well who's watching and liking and commenting and supporting the series, especially for those of you guys who are competing. I appreciate it greatly, so again, thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time on Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tournament. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.